It starts with this dude, Gi-Hun, and he's a total mess, right? Super broke, owes money to everyone, can't even pay for his mom's surgery. It's bad. So one day a guy in a suit offers him a chance to make a ton of cash just by playing some games. So he goes, and get this, there are like 500 other people there, all just as desperate as him. The first game is red light, green light. No biggie, right? Wrong! There's this giant, creepy robot doll, and if it catches you moving, bam! You're shot! Like, actually dead? It's insane! Anyway, Gi-Hun somehow makes it through all these messed up, deadly kids games. To win the whole thing, he has to trick this sweet old man who has cancer, which is super sad, but he doesn't. He's the last one standing. He wins this huge pile of money, but he's so messed up from watching everyone die that he doesn't even touch it. He's just like, this is blood money. And then he finds out the craziest part. The whole game is just for a bunch of rich, masked weirdos to bet on for fun. They're just watching people die for entertainment. So Gi-Hun is like, nope, I'm gonna end this. At the same time, there's this cop, Junho, and his brother is missing. He finds one of those weird game cards in his brother's room and goes undercover to find him. He sneaks onto the island as one of the guards in the pink suits and sees how messed up everything is. They don't just kill the losers, they harvest their organs to sell. It's a total nightmare. So he's trying to get proof, but he gets cornered by the boss, the front man. And surprise, the front man takes off his mask and it's his missing brother. The dude he was looking for is running the whole death game. And then his own brother just shoots him and he falls off a cliff? Crazy, right? So then in Season 2, Gi-Hun is back. He finds out they're starting the games again, and he's like, not on my watch. He decides to use all his money and power to start a war. He gets the new players to start a massive riot. They pretend to fight each other, and when the guards run in, they jump them, snatch their guns, and just start blasting everyone. It's an all-out war. They fight their way up to the control room to get the organizers, but they can't get inside. Then, total disaster, they run out of bullets. The front man was just playing them the whole time. He shows up and right in front of Gi-Hun just straight up murders his friend. Gi-Hun is totally defeated. End of season. Season 3 starts right after the fight. The players lost, big time. There are only like 60 people left, and the guards slap handcuffs on Gi-Hun. And everyone is blaming this one guy, Lee. They're all like, it's your fault. You were supposed to bring more guns, but you got scared and chickened out. Then this fortune teller lady comes up to Gi-Hun and is like, I told you so. And he just snaps and starts choking her. Everyone has to pull him off. He spends the whole night just staring at Lee, totally freaking the guy out. But get this, they vote again on whether to end the game, and most of them still want to keep playing. Gi-Hun is crushed. So as they're walking to the next game, the guards have hung up all the bodies from the riot in the hallway. Just hanging there, super creepy. So they get to the new game room. There's this huge ball machine with red balls and blue balls. The rule is you just pick a ball and that's your team. Okay, so then it cuts to this guard, Nowhere. Remember her? The one who was secretly killing players? Well, this time she does the total opposite. She sees a player who's supposed to be dead, but he's not. So when the other guards haul him off to the organ harvesting room, she busts in, shoots the bad guards, and points her gun at the doctor. She's like, you better save this guy or you're next. So she's got her own secret rebellion going on. Anyway, back to the game. They split everyone into a red team and a blue team. The next game is basically the most messed up version of hide and seek ever. The blue team has to hide, and the red team has to hunt them down and kill them. And get this, if you're on the red team and you don't kill someone from the blue team, the guards will just execute you. Instead, the red team gets knives and the blue team gets keys. The whole game is basically called Keys and Knives. The hiders have to find the right door for their key and lock themselves in before they get stabbed. So intense. And you'll never guess the teams. Gi-Hun is on the red team, the killing team. And Lee, the dude everyone blames for the failed riot, is on the blue team. So Gi-Hun has a knife and a free pass to get his revenge. Lee is totally freaking out, as you can imagine. Oh, and then, surprise, they show Junho, the cop. He's alive. He's still trying to find the island, but it turns out his new partner is a total snake. His brother, the front man, planted the guy there to lead him around in circles and keep the island hidden. So sneaky. Okay, back to the game. All the blue team people are panicking, like, this is so unfair, we're just targets. So the guards are like, fine, you can try to swap places with someone on the red team, but of course no one on the red team wants to trade their knife for a key, so that's a total bust. The blue team gets a head start and runs into this giant maze full of locked rooms. They have to find the one door that matches their key. So while they're frantically searching, the red team is unleashed. Gi-Hun is obsessed. He only wants to find Lee. Some of the other red team guys are so scared to kill anyone that they actually take drugs to hype themselves up before they start hunting. It's just total chaos. Then, the blue team figures it out. The keys and locks are shape-coded, so if you have a triangle key, you have to find the triangle lock. Simple, but super stressful. And check this out, that pregnant lady Danny and her friends Kate and Jang realize that between the three of them, they have all the different key shapes. They're like, we're golden. They can open any door. They give all the keys to Kate to find the safe spot, but then Danny slips and hurts herself. Just then, a red team psycho shows up, but Kate goes into beast mode and actually kills the guy herself to protect him. Meanwhile, there are these two dudes on the red team who already got their kills, so they're safe. But they're like, hey, why stop? They just decide to kill more people to up their share of the prize money, so greedy. Then, Gi-Hun finally spots Lee. He goes sprinting after him, ready to end it. But it's not him. It's just some other poor guy. The real Lee is still trying to escape, but then another red team member catches him and stabs him right in the leg. It looks like he's a gunner, but somehow Lee kicks the guy away and just limps off, still on the run. Inside the maze, Danny, the pregnant lady, her water breaks. She's literally having a baby in the middle of this death game, so Kate and Jang help her deliver the baby right there in the hiding room. It's a girl! And Jang pulls out a knife she had hidden in her hair and cuts the umbilical cord. How wild is that? Meanwhile, the front man gets a call from his spy, the one hanging with his brother Junho. The spy's like, hey, your brother is not giving up. He's still hot on your trail. So the front man is just like, I don't care what you have to do. Keep him off this island, and if he somehow gets here, kill him and everyone with him. Total cold-blooded order. And that dude Sebongol saved? He's awake. She's trying to hide who she is, so she's wearing a mask. And then she kills the doctor, so the guy she rescued can steal the doctor's uniform and pretend to be him. And surprise, it turns out this guy is the dad of that little girl with cancer that Noel was friends with. He was in the game to win money for her treatment. Okay, back to the maze. Gi-Hun is still pissed, just hunting for Lee. Then the sorcerer lady pops up in front of him. He's about to kill her, but she's like, whoa, you're looking for Lee, right? I just saw him. He's upstairs. His leg is super messed up. He can't have gone far. So Gi-Hun runs up there, and they have this huge, crazy fight, and Gi-Hun finally kills Lee, but the sorcerer doesn't even get away. Some other player just comes up and kills her too, and at the same time, Kate dies, saving Danny and Jang. They're totally stunned. Then Jang's son finds them, and he's like, Mom, you have to kill Danny so I can live because he hasn't gotten his kill yet. But his mom is like, no way. So the kid tries to kill Danny himself, but bam! The timer runs out, the guards show up and shoot the son dead right in front of his mom. Total disaster. So the game ends, they haul off the bodies, and everyone goes back to the main room. They tie Gi-Hun up, and then they show everyone the prize money on the big screen. It's huge! Jang's begging everyone. She's like, please, let's just stop the game. We have a baby here now. Have some mercy. But nobody cares. Too much money on the line. They all vote to keep going, and Jang is just shattered. That night, she cuddles Danny's baby, then goes to Gi-Hun. She makes him promise he'll win the whole thing to take care of Danny and her daughter. And after he promises, she goes and kills herself. It totally freaks all the other players out. So, time for the next game. It's basically jump rope across a super narrow bridge. You slip, you die. All the rich VIPs are there in their weird animal masks, watching and betting on who's going to fall. And on the other side of things, Junho finally finds the island. He sees that cliff, the same one where his brother shot him last season. He made it! Okay, back to the game. One dude is already losing his balance. He's trying to hang on to the bridge, but it's no use. He just can't hold on, and splat. He falls and dies. Everyone sees that first guy fall, and they all just freeze up. They start inching across super, super carefully. And then, get this, the rich VIPs are just watching, and they're like, you know what would be even more messed up? The baby is a player now, too. He has to cross the bridge. Like, what? How is a baby supposed to play? So Danny is freaking out, and she begs Gi-Hun for help, and he's a good dude, so he's like, I got this. He takes off his jacket, fashions it into a little baby carrier, and straps the baby girl right to his chest. Then he starts jumping across the bridge with the baby. But it's a total disaster up there. The bridge is so shaky that when one person starts to fall, they grab the person next to him and they both go down. People are even pushing each other off just to keep their balance. And even Gi-Hun has to do it. There's this one guy in front of him who's too scared to move, just blocking the way. So Gi-Hun shoves him off the bridge to save himself and the baby. It's brutal.
So Gi-Hun and the baby finally make it across. But Danny, the mom, is the last one left, and she can't do it. She falls. Gi-Hun has to watch her die from the other side, and he's just completely wrecked. And the VIPs are just like, cool, now the baby plays with Gi-Hun. Meanwhile, Noelle, the guard who's been helping people, is trying to escape the island, but the masked officers spot her. They send a ton of guards to stop her. Okay, so after the game, the few players left get back to the main room. And then they find out that Danny's share of the prize money is going to her baby, not to them. They get so mad. They actually start plotting to kill the baby so they can get more cash. The guards have to step in to protect her, but now she's a huge target. The players are all like, okay, before the next game, we're killing Gi-Hun and the baby. But the front man is watching this on his cameras, so he calls Gi-Hun to his office. And you are not going to believe this. Gi-Hun walks in, the front man takes off his mask, and it's In-Ho, the dude from the games who he thought was his friend, the guy everyone thought was dead. Gi-Hun's mind is totally blown. He can't trust anyone. So the front man is like, look, everyone is going to try and kill you and that baby, so I'm offering you a deal. You kill all of them before the final round starts, and I'll just give you all the prize money right now, and you can leave with the girl. What a messed up choice. Then, bam, we cut to Jin-Ho, the cop. He finally figures out why he's been going in circles. His own partner is the traitor. He catches the guy red-handed, sending info to the front man. They get into this massive fight, and the traitor was totally going to kill him, but Jin-Ho ends up killing him instead. And at the same time, Noelle is surrounded by guards. They're like, surrender and you can live. She pretends to agree, but right before she does, she manages to get that dad she rescued safely off the island. Then she goes back, walks right into a secret room, and pulls a gun on the bosses. So Noelle is surrounded, but she goes full action hero. She starts fighting the guards, and she's like, you are going to erase every single piece of evidence that guy was ever here. And she actually does it. She gets them to wipe the records clean. That night, Gi-Hun is having a total crisis. He's got the knife, he's got the deal from the front man, and he's walking around to everyone's beds. He's so close to just doing it, just killing everyone. But right before he does, his conscience kicks in, and he's like, nope, I'm not a murderer. And he just gives up on the plan. And get this, the front man is watching him on the cameras the whole time, and he's remembering his own game. Back in 2015, they gave him the same deal, and he totally took it. He killed everyone. But seeing Gi-Hun back down, he realizes, wow, okay, not everyone is a greedy monster like me. So the next day, it's time for the final game. It's super weird. There are these 3 giant shape-themed towers. The only way to win is to climb up and push every other player off. Last one standing takes all. Then this one dude, Jack, drops a bombshell. He's like, by the way, that baby, she's my daughter. And now he's all worried about her safety. So he just goes nuts. He grabs a metal rod and shoves some old guy off the tower, then just starts taking out everyone he can. Other players are just fighting and shoving each other off to survive. Jack is just on a rampage, killing everyone to rack up more prize money. It's insane.
In the middle of the chaos, one guy actually kills himself just to save the baby girl. So sad, but Jack just keeps going, even stabbing another guy and throwing him off. One by one, everyone dies. Finally, it's just Jack and Gi-Hun left, and Jack looks at Gi-Hun and says, look, just give me the baby, I'll push her off, you'll be safe, and it's over. But Gi-Hun loves this little girl now, so he's like, no way. So they get into this massive fight right on the edge of the tower. Jack has a knife, and Gi-Hun is just desperately trying to protect himself and the baby. Then Jack finally manages to yank the baby away. He's holding his own daughter over the edge, about to throw her off. The VIPs are going crazy, and Gi-Hun is screaming, don't do it, don't throw the baby. So Gi-Hun just lunges. He shoves Jack and grabs the jacket with the baby in it just in time. He could have reached out and saved Jack from falling, but he doesn't. He just lets him drop. So Jack dies, and Gi-Hun and the baby are the last ones left. He won! And just then, outside the island, Jin-Ho finally makes it. He finds the dad that Noelle rescued, and he's like, let's go! He and his men start storming the island, searching for the game. So for the final round, it's just Gi-Hun holding the baby deep in thought. The rich VIPs are all watching, and they place their final bet. They're all like, he's gonna kill the baby, he'll take the money. And Gi-Hun, with a strange look on his face, presses the button to start the final round. All the VIPs get super quiet, completely shocked, just waiting to see what he's about to do. So everyone's watching, thinking he's going to throw the baby off. But he doesn't. He just gently sets her aside. And then, with no expression at all, he just jumps. He kills himself. He just jumps right off the tower. All the VIPs are totally stunned. The front man is just shocked. They all lost their bet. This dude, Gi-Hun, proved he wasn't a monster. He had all that money from the last game. He could have been rich, but he chose to be human and save this little girl. And the front man is just watching this, totally shook. He's like, what happened to me? Where did my humanity go? He won his game by being ruthless, and now he's having this huge crisis. So he comes out from his control room, walks onto the game floor, and picks up the baby. And just then, bam, Junho shows up. He's finally found him. He's got his gun pointed right at his brother's back. But he can't shoot. He sees the baby, and he's just crying, yelling at his brother, like, why? Why'd you do all this? So the front man knows the cops are here. He hits the self-destruct button, sets bombs all over the island with a 30-minute timer. All the VIPs scramble to get out. He escapes, Noel escapes, and the whole place just explodes. The game is over. Okay, so it cuts to 6 months later. Junho's at home, and a package shows up on his doorstep. And get this, inside is the baby girl and all the prize money. His brother sent her to him. The front man's like, my brother deserves a good life, and so does this kid. He's the only one who can give it to her. But wait, there's more. In the post-credit scene, the frontman finds Gi-Hun's actual daughter. He tells her dad died and gives her all his prize money from the first season. So sad, but also kind of sweet. And as he's leaving, he sees it. A girl on the street, playing that slapping game, recruiting new players. And he just realizes it's not over. They just blew up one facility. The game is everywhere now. It's going to be in the US next. And that's how it ends, setting up the next season.